5:30 in the morning. It's now 3:16. I have to get dressed and be on my way very soon. Wasn't particularly excited this morning. Basically, what I was saying just a few minutes ago was that it's so early in the morning. It's now 3:30 a.m. I'm about to drive to work. Woke up at 2:30 a.m. and I'm not particularly I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit bummed about going to work. I'm so happy to be going to Mexico City, and I'm so grateful for this job, and I love my job. It's just, you know what, I'm just having a little bit of a hard time with this early morning today. But anyways, we're in for a new adventure. It's Mexico City today. My name is Marissa, and I'm a flight attendant with a major U.S. airline. So join me on today's adventure. Today I will be flight attendant number 3 again. So I'm going to have help in the first class. My brain is still half asleep. I'm going to help in the first class. I'm going to help in main cabin. That's the majority of what my job duties are today, on top of making sure that all passengers are safe. So come with me on today's journey. Oh, before I forget, there were 101 open seats on this commuter flight last night, so I'm pretty sure I will make this one on time. I have to be in Miami by 7:40. This flight leaves at 5:30. It will get me in at 6:40, right around there. I'm sorry, it'll get me in there by around 6:30, right around there. It's a pretty empty airport right now, this early in the morning. At least today it is. I made it to Mexico City. I'm here at the hotel, and in case there's an earthquake. Instructions in the event of an earthquake or a fire. You stay calm. Stay away from windows. Stand beside a column or a built lock. Do not use elevators. Use emergency exit stairs. And after earthquake, walk to an emergency exit. And this is the hotel. Quite a ways down there. I am on floor 19. So I made it here to the hotel in Mexico City. I made it to my room, so let's go ahead and do our little room tour. So around this little hallway is the front door. They have a mini bar, a coffee maker, and water, filtered water, a safe, and I believe here's the bathroom. In a lot of these Central America, South America countries that I have been to, various ones, You often find a telephone in the bathrooms, maybe in case you slip and fall and you can't get up. The tile in the shower here is pretty. Two beds, a TV, a place to put your suitcase or to sit down and put your shoes on or slip them off. And then this big closet. I always think this closet is fun. Like I'm gonna go through there and go to Narnia or something. A nice robe to lounge in, an ironing board, an iron. Look at how large this closet is. So this hotel grants us access to a lounge where they have complimentary snacks like potato chips and candies, and that's all I can remember that they have, or maybe like nuts, mixed nuts. And they also have soft drinks. So I think I'm gonna go down to 12, level 12, and go see what kind of little complimentary snacks that they have, because I am hungry. A little snack would do me some good, and a little bit of caffeine would do me some good. They have a little shoe shining machine. I don't know how it works though. So here on the 12th floor is that crew lounge that we have access to. So you just scan your card to allow yourself in. They have all these nice tables with fresh flowers and beautiful views of Mexico City. They have things like cookies and little candy and a variety of chips and some spicy nuts. So I'm going to sit here and just kind of enjoy the view. There's so much going on. I can't believe how big this city is. There are people walking here and there. There are cars zooming to and fro. And as far as your eyes can see, there are just buildings and houses and structures and mountains and probably volcanoes out there. Here I am sitting in my hotel room in Mexico City, and I thought I would sit right here to showcase this lovely picture. And I believe that's a picture of the Palace of Fine Arts. Last time I was here, I walked down there. This time I didn't walk down there. Why? Because I am so tired. I came in and I took a nap for about an hour and a half. Now it is 6:36, and shortly after I finish recording this, I'm going to go to bed for the night. Why? Because pickup time tomorrow is at 4:15 a.m. 4:15 a.m. Oh my gosh, these early mornings back to back, they're going to get me. They're going to be my downfall. Just kidding. It is tough. What is this? That's my sweater. It looks weird. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I am going to get a good night solid sleep. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But I am going to go over my debrief. So today I just flew one leg, and that was from Miami to Mexico City. It was 1,276 miles. We were blocked for 3 hours and 40 minutes of flight time, according to like the official information that the passengers get. But our flight time given by the captain was 3 hours and 8 minutes. So we trimmed off some time from that, which I don't mind because 3 hours and 40 minutes would have felt so much longer because of course it is, right? Look at me, I'm so disheveled. My necklace is crooked, my hair is coming out of place because I slept on it. But you know what? That's okay. This is the life of a flight attendant. And if I didn't keep it real, then what would it be? Yeah. Then what would it be? It would be fake. And it isn't always jolly. Sometimes it's tough. Like yesterday, thinking about coming to work, I found it a little bit difficult. And that's kind of been a pattern with me. And that is a little bit concerning. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to investigate that a little further. Why do I have these feelings of a little bit of dread when it comes time to go to work? That's something new that has been happening a little bit more frequently, and I don't like it. So I want to see if I can fix that. Okay, enough about that. I really like this hotel. I have been here before. This is my third time laying over at this hotel. I've done the short Mexico City layover hotels, but this is the longer one, within walking distance of places to see, places to eat. I'm on the 19th floor, as you could see in my videos. The atrium, or that little area where you go up through, the elevator goes up very fast, and if you're afraid of heights, it can be a little bit scary for you. And there's nothing kind of blocking you from, I shouldn't even say it, but if someone wanted to go over that edge, it's just very easy. I mean, I'm not very tall, and I could very easily get over that edge. So that's a little bit frightening. I hope there aren't little kids that play around here, because that's a little bit scary. So when I left Orlando to fly to, I'm all over the place today, and I'm sorry. These are just things popping in my head. Let me get back to being on track with what I actually wrote down. Sorry, guys. I think that's brain fog, sleepyhead. When I left Orlando for Miami, it was still dark outside. And when I actually landed in Miami, it was so early. It was like 6:30 a.m. It was still dark inside. So I made my way over to the crew room, and I sat there for about 1 hour, and I was sitting there as the sun came up. And what I did for that time is I was trying to trade out of 3 of my trips for the next month. So 3 of my trips in March, the first 3, those leave out of Fort Lauderdale Airport, and I have never flown out of there. So commuting to Fort Lauderdale isn't as easy from the quick look up flights that I did, so that makes me a little bit nervous. So worst case, if I have to fly out of there to fly those trips, I'm going to have to drive to the Fort Lauderdale airport and pay for tolls, pay for gas, pay for parking, which is going to be kind of expensive for me to work. So in hopes of not having to do that, I was on the trip trade system trying to trade the trips with a computer or drop the trips so I can pick up something else that flies out of Miami. I don't even care what position, as long as it's not position 1. I'll fly 2, I'll fly 3, I'll fly position 4. It doesn't matter. I don't even care about the destinations. I just want to be able to fly out of Miami, my home base, please. But that's always a risk. If you're Miami based with my airline, you could fly out of one of 3 airports: West Palm Beach, Miami International, or Fort Lauderdale. That's just the way it goes. But up until now, I've not had to fly out of there, and hopefully I won't have to. So that's what I did during that time. I put in some bids to trade out of those trips. Because this was an international flight, we had to start boarding 45 minutes prior to departure. So we did that and we were successful. We got everyone boarded on time and it was a full flight. So everyone was boarded. We still had time to spare, but we couldn't close the boarding door because we were missing 4 passengers. So the gate agents came on. They came on to verify that the passengers weren't on the aircraft. So my guess is that they went outside and they were paging for the passengers, because if they had luggage that was checked on there and if they didn't show up, they would have to remove that luggage because it's an international flight. But lo and behold, they made it right in the nick of time. Those 4 missing passengers made it on time, and we closed the boarding door and we got on our way. The captain did give us a briefing. He said that the flight time would be 3 hours and 8 minutes, and that it was probably going to be bumpy on the way in just before landing in Mexico City. Well, it was kind of bumpy most of the way. I would say about 70% of the way it was bumpy. And flying with a couple of the other flight attendants, their experience, since they fly this trip a lot, is that most of the times that path is bumpy. So we had the bumps. I remember the first time I flew out here, I was able to just look out the window, and whichever direction we were flying, I saw one of the volcanoes that's nearby, and it was so amazing because the tip of the volcano was poking out through the clouds and it was puffing this gray smoke. So I'll always remember that. It's a different world when you're looking at the world from above. And I'll specifically remember Mexico City because of that volcano that was poking out. Like, that was really gorgeous. And I did make a video. It's in one of my Mexico City videos from a year ago or a year and a half ago. What else? Oh, someone asked, so in our PA that gets played, it does say if your phone happens to fall behind a seat cushion, not to try getting it yourself, to ask a flight attendant for help. And someone asked why that was. And that's because we don't want to run the risk of the phone breaking or getting damaged and it becoming overheated and us potentially having a fire while we're in the middle of the air. Now, if your phone falls between the seat, we are more than happy to help you get that out of there carefully. And in the event that it does start to overheat because it does break or something, we have equipment to kind of secure it to prevent it from breaking out into an all-out fire. So we can safely protect it in a way that will, if there is a fire, it will contain it. So that's the reason. Just thought I would throw that out there. Once we landed in Mexico City, the customs and immigration system for Mexico was down. So we had to manually fill out custom and immigration forms, and they had to manually check us one by one. So the crew line was very lengthy. So the time that it took us to get through the customs and immigration in Mexico City was way, way, way longer than usual. So that took out of our layover time a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. It could have been worse. It always could be worse, right? I'm here. I was able to take a nap, so that's the silver lining. Yeah, this hotel is nice. It's very nice. It's one of my favorite layovers. I'm on the 19th floor. And one of the nice things that this hotel does for us is they have a crew lounge. So we have access to the 12th floor where we scan and we go in this room, and they have refreshments for us. It isn't anything too fancy, but we definitely appreciate it, not having to pay anything for it. They have soft drinks, they have coffees, they have waters, they had different kinds of like potato chips, and they had different like chocolate candies and some other types of candies and gummy bears and some hot peanuts and some cookies. So you can go in there and you can sit down and you can enjoy the almost 360 views of Mexico City from their windows and just have a nice little snack. And that's what I did. I spent a few moments in there, a few minutes, had a nice snack because I was starving when we landed, and I just enjoyed that. And then that was it. That was the way that I spent my day, taking a nap, enjoying some free refreshments, and enjoying the hotel here in Mexico City. But that's it. I'm going to wrap it up because tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 2 a.m. again in order to be ready by 4:15. But it's almost 7 o'clock now. I'm going to go ahead and brush my teeth, take off my makeup, and just get ready for bed because tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a longer day. I am flying from Mexico City to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And so it'll be a 2-leg day with a layover in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So for now, I am going to wish you good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Ooh, why did I say bed bugs? Yeah, knock on wood. This is not wood, this is like marble, but I'm knocking because I have not run into bed bugs in all my layovers yet. Hopefully ever. But alright, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And to see new videos from my life as a flight attendant, if you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button somewhere right there. Alright guys, until next time, good night from Mexico City.